Hey fam, welcome back to Lost to Becoming. I'm excited. We're going to be diving into part 2 of Drop Your Location. Again, I'm your host, the one and only Kaylin. Well, guys, as we said, this is part 2 of Dropping Your Location. So I guess I can start off by just telling you where I'm at. Right now, at this current moment, I'm in an exciting state. I got a little energy. I don't know if it's the coffee or not. But I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna go with the joy that I have because it's been a little up and down. Um, this full week, and just in reality, I've been trying to really get comfortable with my peace, being calm, and let's say the counseling word is regulated. It has not been a thing for your girl. I am so used to always being very jittery, up, like have something to do. I am overcoming overthinking. So when my mind is quiet, I feel like I am literally like missing something. I'm asking what the days are. So there's a lot that kind of goes into it. I hope I can kind of slow down today and really just give out the message that God is providing. I don't really have a script. I tried that, didn't really work out too well. So we're just going to let God lead us. And as we're talking today, we really want to just talk about like after identifying that there are areas or where we are today, like I just want to be compassionate and say, are you going to let him in? Are you going to give him that? Are you going to give him that permission? Are you going to open the door? Are you going to uncover the things that we've been hiding and running from? And this doesn't mean, hey, we got to tackle this here and now. That is something that I'm learning. I had my counselor tell me, you have your whole life to walk through this stuff. You don't have to like finish it right now. And healing is a process. And it's something that it's a journey of becoming. So, and as you remember, you're not lost, you are becoming. I don't really have much today. The few things that did come to my mind, I'm going to drop a picture here. It was just, I kept hearing like the tip of the iceberg. And I don't know if that's more just for me or whoever is for, because right now it's just really getting deeper and not just surface level healing. That's what I'm working on. It's just making sure that I'm actually getting to the root cause of things that I need to address, or things that I think that I've been covering, or I have been stuffing underneath my rug, or as I mentioned in my last video, the things that's been in the attic and the mind is just like, no, Lord, I'm not ready to touch this. So, again, Grace, I know digging sometimes too. Like I had a thought the other day was like some things are like kind of like chain reactions where like you think that you're kind of healed with something and then something happened and it scratched the surface again. And you didn't understand that there was a part of you that didn't fully heal in the last process that you had. So not only are you healing from what just previously happened, now you got to go back and deal with what you didn't heal with the first time. And I think that's where the tip of the iceberg kind of comes into play in my life, at least, because although I'm digging, and sometimes digging can hurt. Sometimes, like I want to be a counselor, guys. If y'all haven't already known that, I don't know if I shared that or not. So I like the whole personal development and learning the why behind the things that we do. But there's times where I feel like I've digged so deep that I'm like, oh, God, this hurt. This hurt really bad. I don't even know what I touched, but I'm gonna just leave it right there. It's kind of like It's kind of like those people that dig. I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't know what the people call it. Like the people that like, or if you dig holes. I don't know if this. If you dig hole with a shovel and you're just digging and digging and you finally hit something and you're like, oh, what is that? Or you finally found something. And it's like, oh, I thought that I really healed from that. Or even thinking about like the roots of a plant. I seen a TikTok of a woman pulling up roots from her plants and how far around it went, around all the other ones that the plants looked healthy. But because this other plant had roots that was so deep that it attached itself to all the other healthy things, they had to go through it and pull it all up, and kind of do a fresh start. And I think that's okay. It's not easy. I'm going to say that it's not easy at all, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. And I'm sorry to keep breathing because I'm really just in this process now. I'm still in self protection mode because I know that I've worked hard to get to my peace, um, like just to be here. And I love my best friend. She said, I'm the one person that makes peace uncomfortable or like fight peace. I don't remember word for word. She'll correct me later. It's all right. I love you though. But yeah, so I'm still trying to learn there, and just having like a quiet mind and really just being still and trusting, um, being honest. The I know like my relationship with God personally is like we was like that's real quick terms. Sorry guys. So like I call God the Father like Daddy. So if you hear me say that, or I call him God, they're all God. I call Jesus JC or Big Bro. I call I call the Holy Spirit my best friend, ultimate best friend. So if you hear me, start getting into a deep story and you hear those terms, that's who I'm talking about. That's my personal relationship. You don't gotta have a relationship like that, but mind your business. Anyways, I don't. I'm not really sure where he's going to navigate through for the iceberg. All right, again, as I mentioned, I don't really know what he's going to do with the tip of the iceberg thing, but what I want to leave us off on is a few verses that just actually came to my mind in this process of actually giving him access and giving him permission to come in. These here stands out to me. So I have Revelations 3:20. And this is the NIV. It just says, "Here I am, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and open the door, I will come in and eat with that person and they with me." That one there, I love that analogy. I use that one for the analogy of him at the door so that you can give him access and let him in. And then the one that really that helps me out in this season or in all season, because I know sometimes me being in that position of being a leader or being over certain things or over a group of people, it's kind of hard for me to feel like it's kind of hard for me to take a step back sometimes or take time to myself because I feel like I have to be everything for everybody. But after this verse, this made me look at it a little differently. And then also too, like in counseling, we're always talking about being compassionate to ourselves. So when it starts off talking about the Father of compassion, I love it because if I'm going to learn how to be compassionate to myself, I might as well go to the Father that knows how. So this verse here, and I apologize if I stumble over anything, but the verse that I have is 2 Corinthians 1, 1, 3 through 7. Again, NIV. It just says, "Praise be the God and the Father of the Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles so that we can comfort those in any troubles with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. For just as we share abundantly in the suffering of Christ, so also our comfort abounds abounds through Christ. If we are distressed, it is for your comfort and salvation. If we are comforted, it is for your comfort, which produce in your patience endurance, as the same suffering we suffer. And our hope for you is firm because we know that just as you share in our sufferings, so also you share in our comfort. Please go back and read that on your own too, because I know I just kind of slaughtered that last word, but I do apologize. Anyways, that right there makes me realize that there is a time and a season for when I will need my personal time to get comfort and be in that presence with God. I like to picture myself climbing into his lap and being like, this is what it is, or try to learn how to rest in those seasons. So, and then once you are rested and fulfilled and been comforted, you can go out and you can comfort others with the overflow or the abundance that you have from being comforted yourself. That's my understanding. Again, go check it out, read it again on your own, and I hope God give you your own interpretation of it. I also just told myself, I give myself permission in this time of learning how to do the podcast to just let it be, because I don't want to get on here acting like I have it all together. I really don't. Those verses just kind of came to my mind last minute. So I'm going to do me a favor and also make sure I'm doing y'all a favor, because I'm not going to act like I'm just this person. I can't even act like I really got down into a time to seek God for what it is, but I can share my journey and where I'm at. So I just want to remind you guys, don't be afraid to give God access. He's very gentle. He's very compassionate, and he loves you. He wants the best for us. And I told myself, whether this podcast is just for myself or if it's for somebody else, because we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And also, too, last thing I want to think of, because I can't, just like they say, I feel like we always forget about self when we're talking about love our neighbor as ourself. So I think this is a time for us to be able to look into ourselves so that we can love others just like we love ourselves. So I'm going to tell everybody I love you. I'm here on the process with you. It's not easy. You are becoming, you're shedding, you're shifting, you're transforming, you're strengthening your muscles, and there's a lot that goes with it. So just remember, you're not lost, you are becoming. I love you.